Hello and welcome back to the Scale Modelling Cafe. My name is Jamie and welcome to this week's weekly update, which is, what are we now? 28th, I think, of October 2022. Right. Again, not such a busy week, although I have made quite a lot of progress on the Ki-84, so some of that in a moment. Right, what's been going on the channel then? So a couple of days ago, released another Fireside Chat video. This time was another 5 manufacturers and some of the models that I think would fit neatly in their range that's missing. And it stimulated some nice discussions, so thank you very much for those who got involved. It was very interesting and some cool suggestions from some of you, so that was great. Right, just oh yeah, I was going to mention which manufacturers they were. So that was Zukimura, Great Wall Hobby, ICM, Academy, and Kinetic. I think I'll be doing some more of those. I quite enjoy them. The other video that went up in the week was another Eduard Newsflash, because they released an E-Day debrief, effectively, in which they have announced some of their new tool kits for next year, and some very exciting ones. Some of them I'd already covered in the other Newsflash Eduard video, but there are a couple of neat surprises on that one, so go and check that out if you haven't already. It's by far and away my most viewed video, which is really cool. As I film this, over 7,500 views on that, which is very, very exciting. So thank you very much for those of you who've seen that. I was going to do a cliche of please subscribe and all that kind of blah if you haven't already, but everyone knows how it works, so I'm not going to do that, even though I just did, but you know what I mean. Right, I'm considering another Fireside Chat video, this one on accuracy and my thoughts on how I approach accuracy. And does it bother me? Yes or no? How much? If it does, how much? Etc. etc. So I'll be filming one of those in the week, so look out for that. What's next in the current project then is the Ki-84. So part 2 will be going up on Sunday. That's going to be all about the cockpit. So some zooming in on that, some beautiful detail going on, and I have used the Eduard kit and some brassing bits, so watch out for that dropping on Sunday. Right, talking of the Ki-84, the project update, and here it is. So the airframe is pretty much together now. Next job for this will be masking up the canopy, and this is their expert edition, so as well as a few little bits of photo etch, you do get canopy masks, and this time in sort of tape rather than the vinyl. The vinyl ones I found over some tight curves, they did lift. So I'm looking forward to trying those out. I'm sure they'll be excellent. But the fit on this has been really, really nice. Just a tiny little smear here and there of Mr. Surfacer. Probably not strictly needed, but I went in there anyway. A slight issue with the cowling. The two side bits of the cowling are moulded integrally with the fuselage sides. And then there's a separate bottom, separate top, separate nose cowring thing with the carb intake on the top. It all fits very nicely, but the side bits are just a smidge too wide. It might be that the engine just forces out just that little bit too much. So I had a little bit of a step where the side bits that are integral with the fuselage were slightly too wide for the nose cowering thing. So I just sanded it down and restored some of the detail there using an MDC beading tool, so you get a nice circle rather than a divot, and that worked very well. I think what I recommend is just sanding down the sides of the engine, just the top of the where the what do they call it, rocker covers are, just on the sides. Take a little bit off, and you won't have a problem. In fact, you can't really see much of the engine anyway, to be honest, especially when the spinner's on. But in breaking news, I actually managed to get the photo etched ignition harness to work, which I was very pleased about. So yeah, really enjoying this. It's awesome. I'll do the canopy today, get that done, and then she's ready for primer. So I'll probably end up doing that today, bit of a prime, and then I'll put it to one side where I'll do the undercarriage. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do drop tanks on it. Possibly, I don't know yet. I'm going to have a think about that. We'll cross that bridge as we get to it, I think. But I think I've decided to do it in the natural metal scheme. I've been looking for a natural metal scheme with the white Homeland Defence bands, and I've not been able to find any. They're all green ones. If you do have any photos or profiles or schemes of a natural metal aeroplane with the white Homeland Defence bands, please fire it to me. That would be very welcome. But if not, I'll just do the one from the kit because that looks cool anyway. That is the Arma Hobby Ki-84. Absolutely loving that and can't wait for the P39, which should be any day now. In fact, I'm going to send Andy from Antics a message just to see if it's come in yet. Right, so that's the project update then. Some of the modelling news that's been happening. A couple of new kits. Brengan have announced a new tool, HS126. For those of you who don't know, that's the kind of parasol wing spotter aeroplane, which it's actually a really big aeroplane. And I did have was it ICM? I'm sure it was ICM had one, which is really nice. I ended up giving it away to Models for Heroes. Oh, the phone, excuse me, hold on. It's the wife. I shall call her back interfrestically. Right, so yeah, that looks like a really nice kit, actually. So well done, Brengan. Another new tool kit out is Hong Kong Models have announced a 1/32 scale B25 with the solid nose, the strafer version. Now, obviously, their glass nose out aeroplane has been out for a very long time, and it's a beautiful kit. So the fact that I don't know why it's taken so long that that they've got around to doing the strafer, but that looks really cool actually. And it's from what I've seen on the CAD images, and I'll stick it up here, is it looks like the longer nosed version, which to me is better proportion. There is that kind of real stubby nosed one, which I think looks a bit odd. But yeah, it's the longer nosed one. That looks really cool. Sorry, I'll call her back in a second. Almost done. One last thing to do is the ICM Ki-81 Sally. I've mentioned it quite a few times now. Now it's definitely out. I've seen it out there. I'm still prevaricating whether to get one. I'd really like to do one, but I do want to drive the stash down, so I'm still umming and ahhing about that. Yeah, really difficult choice, actually. What I've decided to do as well with the future projects is, so I'm going to finish off Hyate. Hopefully that will be done by the time I do another update next week. That's if I don't get pinged to go up to the new airfield and spend the week up there. I won't be able to get any modelling done if I do that. So hopefully that'll be done next week. Then I can return to the Antonov, get that one done. That's going to take me quite close to Christmas, I think. Then after that will be the Zukimura F4C, which I'm going to do as Robin Olds' aeroplane, one of them, not Scat. And then after that, I'm going to do two 109s. Now, I said this before, I was going to do the Eduard 48 scale G14 AS. So I'm going to get that done, but I'm also going to do Tamiya's 72nd scale G6 and throw an awful lot of aftermarket at that. The reason I want to get that done is it's in the stash, and next year Eduard are going to bring theirs out, and it's going to be better than that. So I want to get that done. So that's going to be after that, after the 48th G14AS. And then after that is going to be a Tamiya F14. So that's the kind of plan going forward over the next, well, probably 6 months it will take me to do all those. Maybe a little bit less. We shall see. And that is pretty much it for the weekly update. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks very much to those who've subscribed over the last week. It is very much appreciated. Watch out on Sunday for the cockpit part 2 of the Hayate video, and at some point during the week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll do the Fireside Chat on accuracy. There we go. Right, I'm now going to go and ring the missus back, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.